Guys, I took a personality test I found online because I was curious, and this is what it came up with. I wouldn't say tireless, but it is interesting. Makes a good sense. Intuitive. I do like intuitive. Mm, I would say I'd go more over here, but at the same time, I do think quite a bit, so I'd probably be over here. It's very difficult to place this on the graph because I'm very oriented on thoughts, but I feel few things are more important than actually sympathizing. So this one I'd say is pretty close. Judging. Okay, I thought that was different. I'd say something like that. Yeah, yeah. Maybe a little high here, but yeah. Okay, sure. Why not? Okay, I don't know what happened there. Certain. Okay, so advocates, INFJs, may be the rarest personality type of all, but they certainly leave their mark on the world. Idealistic and principled, they aren't content to coast through life. They want to stand up and make a difference. Not quite. I mean, like, I would, but I would rather just be by myself. Success doesn't come from money or status, but from seeking fulfillment, helping others, and being a force for good in the world. Yeah. While they have lofty goals and ambition, advocates shouldn't be mistaken for idle dreamers. People with this personality type care about integrity, and they're rarely satisfied until they've done what they know to be right. Conscientious to the core, they move through life with a clear sense of their value and they aim to never lose sight of what truly matters, not according to other people or society at large, but according to their own wisdom and intuition. Hmm, I could say, sort of. Seeking purpose. Perhaps because their personality is so uncommon, advocates to carry around a sense of, whether conscious or not, of being different from most people. Was someone autistic? Yeah. With their rich inner lives and deeping, abiding desire to find their life purpose, they don't always fit in with those around them. This isn't to say that advocates can't enjoy social acceptance or close relationships, only that they sometimes feel misunderstood or at odds with the world. Fortunately, this sense of being out of step doesn't diminish advocates' commitment to making the world a better place. Advocates are troubled by injustice and they typically care more about altruism than personal gain. They often feel called to use their strengths, including creativity, imagination, and sensitivity, to uplift others and spread compassion. Nothing lights up advocates like changing someone else's life for the better. I would love to do that actually. Many advocates see helping others as a mission in life, and they're always looking for ways to step in and speak up what is right. People with this personality also aspire to fix society's deeper problems and hope that unfairness and hardships can become things of the past. At times, however, advocates may focus intently on their ideals so they don't take adequate care of themselves, a pattern that can lead to distress and burnout. Connecting with others and themselves. Advocates may be introverted, but they value deep, authentic relationships with others. Few things bring these personalities as much joy as truly knowing another person and being known in return. Advocates enjoy meaningful conversations far more than small talk. They tend to communicate in a way that is warm and sensitive. The emotional honesty and insight can make a powerful impression on people around them. Okay. A few close relationships, provided they're genuine, can fill advocates' heart to the brim. Thoughtful and compassionate advocates pour a great deal of energy and care into their relationship. That doesn't mean that they always feel appreciated in return. Advocates tend to act with great thought and care. It can frustrate them when other people don't recognize their good intentions. As a result, even construction criticism may feel personal or hurtful to these personalities. I'll make a comment about this, which, yeah, I do feel misunderstood. I do get a little bit frustrated with criticism, but at the same time, I don't really feel like it's personal, or maybe hurtful is sort of uh, up to speculation. Like, it does hurt to know if I made a mistake or not. I don't like to hear it, but I try to use it to improve. So, a personal mission, they many advocates feel that their life has a unique purpose, a mission that they were put into this earth to fulfill. People with this personality type, one of the most rewarding aspects of life is seeking out this purpose, and then once they found it, striving to do it justice. I have a hard time saying yes or no. When advocates encounter inequity or unfairness, they rarely give up. Instead, they consult with their intuition, their compassion to find a solution. With their innate ability to balance the heart with their head, no, no, not me. Sorry. The rest is pretty okay-ish, but I mean, it is generalized, so something like this is bound to pop up. Um, I tend to, I can't really balance my heart with my head. It's very difficult. Emotionality is complicated for me, but that's probably autism, so I don't really know. Advocates are hardwired to do right, to right the wrongs of the world, no matter how big or small. These personalities just need to remember that while they're busy taking care of everyone else, they need to pause sometimes to take care of themselves as well. So strengths, we aren't exactly like everyone else. That's a wonderful thing. People with this personality type embrace the creative side. I try, but I have a hard time with that actually. Always on the lookout for opportunities to express themselves and think outside the box. Insightful. These personalities know all too well that appearance can be misleading. Advocates strive to move beyond superficiality and seek out the deeper truths in life. This can give them an almost uncanny ability. Again, I have a hard time reading people. Um, I can analyze, but I have a hard time really seeking out their true motivations and feelings. I feel like people could easily trick me into thinking they're sad or upset or something. And personally, again, this may be because I am autistic, but personally, if I want someone to truly understand how I'm feeling, I've actually got a habit where I sort of make my face how I want to feel. So, like, if I'm happy, I do smile sometimes, but a lot of times I do just smile so people know that I'm happy. And then I try to do the same for other emotions as well. Principled. Advocates tend to have strong beliefs and values, particularly when it comes to matters of ethic. I can say yeah. When advocates talk about topics close to their heart, their conviction and heartfelt idealism can inspire and persuade even the sternest of skeptics. If I were persuasive, yeah. Advocates crave a sense of purpose in life. Rather than living on autopilot and sticking to the status quo, they want to chase after their ideals. This isn't a personality type that shies away from big dreams. In fact, advocates are energized and impassioned by the beauty of their visions for the future. Altruistic. The people with this personality types aren't happy to see it at another person's expense. Advocates want to their use their strength for the greater good, and the rarely lose sight of how the words and actions might affect others. In their heart of hearts, they want to make a world a better place, starting with the people around them. Weaknesses. Advocates aren't averse to feedback. That is, unless they believe that someone is challenging the most cherished principles or beliefs. When it comes to the issues that are near or dear to them, people with this personality type can become defensive or dismissive. I'd say the first half is true, but I actually listen and hear them out. Because what's the point of believing in a belief if you're not willing to have it questioned? Um, so like, for example, I'm Christian, and if someone tries to go against Christianity, I may talk to them, but I would say dismissive would be more the inverse of what I do. Like, I'm willing to drop it when they want to, like if it gets too heated or something like that, but I try to be friendly and I actually listen to what they're telling me instead of just like being like, oh, you're wrong, you're wrong. I do listen to them. They value honesty and authenticity, but they're also private. They may find it difficult to open up and be vulnerable about their struggles. Yeah, not wanting to burden someone else with their issues. Unfortunately, when advocates don't ask for help, they may inadvertently hold themselves back or create distance in their relationships. Huh. Perfectionists. The advocate, the advocate personality type is defined by idealism. While this is a wonderful quality in many ways, it doesn't always leave room for the messiness of real life. Advocates may find it difficult to appreciate their jobs, living situations, relationships if they're continually fixating on perfections and wondering whether they should be looking for something better. Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, I do always try to do better. But I do appreciate my job and everything. So these three are the wrong words for me, but I do try to be better. Avoiding the ordinary. Advocates yearn to do extraordinary things with their lives, but it's hard to achieve anything extraordinary without breaking it down into small, manageable steps, unless they translate their dreams into everyday routines and to-do lists. Advocates may struggle to turn their grand visions into reality. Prone to burnout. Advocates' perfectionism and reserve leave them with few options for letting off steam. People with this personality type can exhaust themselves if they don't balance their drive with to help others with necessary self-care and rest. Um, I'm just gonna speed read this. You can read it yourself. Yeah, I actually tend to not go into romanticism, friendship. Oh, that's that's beautiful. Advocates rarely settle for superficial friendships when it comes to social fulfillment. They aren't satisfied by casual interactions with colleagues or classmates. Advocate personalities crave authentic, meaningful friendships that allow them to share their dreams, bare their souls, and feel understood and accepted for who they are. If that means just having one or two confidants rather than a wide circle of acquaintances, so be it. I would like a wide circle of confidence, confidence. How do you say that? While advocates may seem quiet or reserved to the world at large, they absolutely light up around their close friends. Few things bring them more pleasure or delight than talking through their passions, interests, and belief with a kindred spirit. Oh yeah, that I can definitely relate to that because when I found out that Krisha actually took class for for game dev or something like that in school, I got absolutely ecstatic. I was very excited because wouldn't you know it, I'm a programmer. I don't like. She described it, and I quickly realized she was using a game engine, but that doesn't matter because she understands the base logic. Because computers, all computers are basically just numbers. So no matter what language you use it for, no matter what structure, it will always basically be the same logic. Moving to the left, add some to the x-axis. People with the personality type enjoy the pleasure of their own company, but advocates still find it liberating to let their guard down and be completely and utterly themselves with a friend they know they can trust. And I'm open to strangers too. Searching for the hottest of gold. Advocates are known for having great expectations, not just for themselves, but also for their friendships. I try not to, for others. High on this list of expectations is authenticity. If advocates have to be fake or tone themselves down to gain someone's approval, then that probably isn't the best friend for them. And it's hard for this personality type to respect someone who won't be honest with them in return, let alone anyone who can't be honest with themselves. Oh. See, I don't see the harm in that. Another expectation that advocates bring to their friendships is mutual support and growth. Having fun together is wonderful, but for those personalities, it isn't quite enough. Advocates want to surround themselves with friends who inspire them to learn and expand and improve themselves. For them, the surest way for two friends to deepen their bond is by helping each other move forward on their respective life missions. In friendship, advocates aren't just searching for someone to spend time with. They want to find a soulmate, someone who resonates with their passions and their convictions. This is a tall order, and advocates may feel that it's difficult to meet the sort of friends they're seeking because their personality type is so rare. Advocates may meet relatively few people who really remind them of themselves. As a time, they may worry that they need to settle for less than fulfilling friendships or else accept being alone. I wouldn't say less than fulfilling for me because I mean it is pretty nice the friendships I have, but overall I don't really have much social time. I didn't get to go to school, so but bring this back up in case you think I'm stupid. Loyalty and authenticity. Fortunately, people with this personality type are more than capable of finding types of friends that long to meet. They might just have to devote additional energy to it. Sometimes these friends may be hiding in plain sight among acquaintances whom advocates simply don't know all that well. These personalities type is known for having astute first impressions of other people, but even when advocates can miss the deeper potential they counter on a daily basis, when they give these people a chance, advocates may find they share values and attitudes that make them compatible on a deeper level. Once they do find genuine friendships, advocates make care and loyal, caring companions. At times, they may even be surprised by the fierceness of the loyalty and devotion they feel towards their friends. Few situations in life bring out advocates' bravery and commitment quite like the opportunity to stand up for a friend who needs them. Ultimately, over the years, advocates may end up with just a few true friendships rather than a wide circle of casual acquaintances. But as long as these friendships are built on the richness of mutual understanding, advocates won't have it other way. I'm not a parent, so I could skip this if I wish. I'll go slowly. Um, I'll just graze over this and get it later. How many are these? I'm gonna take a break. Long break. Sorry about the long break. I was trying to do something, but it has to be postponed. So, workplace habits. Advocates, INF-Js, have specific needs when it comes to a satisfying work environment. For people with this personality type, the most rewarding work allows them to help others while growing as a person. It's a given ideal. It's a given that an ideal career for advocates must be in line with their individual values. Anything that gets in the way of these values, from red tape to meaningless rules to office politics and unscrupulous co-workers, can seriously sap advocates' motivations. This is a personality that thrives in environments that promote fairness and equality. Most advocates prefer not to think of themselves as above anyone else. Yeah, I know it says and below. But personally, I'm actually fine with working and identifying as equal or inferior to others. I do not identify as superior than anybody, no matter where they are on the job ladder. So, for an example, I have a coworker named Graciela. She's been in the kitchen for probably, like, I work at a convenience store with the kitchen area. I've been there, in April will be my third year. She's been there probably 2 months. So I've been in a year and probably 2 years and a half or so. Not 2 months, not 2 months. That's about how long I've been in the kitchen. Maybe 2 months, maybe a little less. She's been in the kitchen for, she's probably going pretty close to a year, probably like 9 months or so she's been. So I've been told that I've been here longer than her, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I just want to get good at the kitchen before I say anything, if I say anything, you know what I mean? So I would say like that. Um, yeah. Advocate subordinates. Advocates value cooperation, sensitivity, and independence. As employees, they gravitate towards managers who are open minded and willing to consider their input. Advocate personalities may become frustrated when they feel unheard, so having a manager who listens to them can make all the difference. Ideally, advocates will find a manager whose values align with their own and who offers them encouragement and praise. Yeah, that would be very, very nice. Because advocates tend to act on their convictions and aim to do their best, their moral can be vulnerable to criticism. Sorry, their morale can be vulnerable to criticism, particularly if it's unwarranted. Other morale killers for these personalities can include strict rules, formal structures, and routine tasks. They may find it dispiriting when they're asked to redo their work, particularly if it's for a reason that doesn't seem valid to them. Of course, a perfect work environment isn't always possible. Advocate employees with less than ideal managers may need to draw on their inner resilience and seek out other mentors. The good news is that people with these personality types are more capable of handling workspace challenges, including the challenge of having a difficult manager. I can sort of say. Advocate colleagues. As colleagues, advocates can be quite popular and well respected. People with personality types often seen as helpful, eloquent, or capable workers. Among their greatest strengths is their ability to identify other people's motives. Again, not me. and understand the root cause of conflict before anyone else even senses a disturbance. I've actually had customers go out on me, and I don't even realize until someone else brings it up to me. So again, this is probably for the neurotypical advocate, not so much me. At times, efficiency may be less of a priority to advocates than collaborating with and helping colleagues who need a boost. While this is usually a strength, there is a risk that others will take advantage of the advocate's desire to help. They may find themselves picking up the slack for their less dedicated coworkers at the expense of their own energy and well-being. I don't think that's happened to me, and I'm glad, although I can see it definitely possible. The term advocate's determination to be helpful can leave them feeling taken advantage of. Although they tend to be well liked among their colleagues, advocates are still introverts. From time to time, they may need to step back and work alone, pursuing their own goals in their own way. This isn't a sign of resentment or ill will, but rather a signal of advocates' need to balance serving others with their own self-care. Goodness. Advocate managers. As managers, advocates may dislike wielding their power. They prefer to think of everyone as equals, no matter what person's business card may say. Rather than micromanage their subordinates, advocates prefer to empower them to think and act independently. They work hard to encourage others and promote an atmosphere of mutual respect. Yeah, I can say that. Although personally, I do prefer an hierarchy style because I feel it's more organized. Little tangent, you can skip the video a bit to find it. But let's use this. So object A will be like this. The structure, sorry, my mouse isn't working. Structure I prefer is like this. I prefer this to be like this. But at the same time, I can see what they're saying about everyone being important. Because without these here, these guys are reduced if used at all. So like these guys this may be the one who chooses what's going to happen in the company. These guys sort of organize how that's going to happen, and these are the guys that actually do the work. So we could look at it like that. Or since I'm a game dev, let's look at it this way. So this is the enemy classes. This is enemy type 1, enemy type B. And this is the player class. And I don't know, friendlies or something like that. So without these guys, there are no enemies. Without enemies, the game becomes much more boring, and this gets slashed in half. Without this one all the way here at the bottom, this becomes reduced, if available at all. Like if there's other NPCs that fall in this category and they're gone as well, this falls, and now we got no game. So that's sort of how I perceive it. While I do prefer an hierarchy that is clear, perhaps with a big company about the store, I also value everyone and feel like they're all equally important. So, sure, it could be easier to replace people than others, but at the same time, that's not the point. That's not to say that advocates have low standards. Far from it. Their sense of equality means that they expect their subordinates to live up to the standards they set for themselves. Bosses with the personality type want their employees to be rigorous, motivated, reliable, and unfailingly honest. They will notice if anyone misses the mark. Advocate managers can be particularly stern if they catch someone behaving in a way that they consider unethical. These personalities have little time for lapses in reliability or morality when their employees' good intention match their own. Well, I'm sorry, that's the period right there. When the employees' good intention match their own, however, advocate bosses work tirelessly to ensure the entire team feels valued, fulfilled, and successful. I actually have a high tolerance. As a matter of fact, I actually think about stuff a lot just to make sure that I'm not looking down on somebody else. So, am I in the wrong personality? I wonder. In the end, it's your actions. How you respond to the circumstance reveals your character. What you have read so far is just an introduction to the complexities of kind-hearted, creative, and incredibly rare advocate personality types. Along the way, you may have muttered to yourself, "Wow, this is so accurate, it's a little creepy." Or, "Finally, someone understands me." You may have even asked, "How do they know more about me than the people I'm closest to do?" If you feel understood right now, it's because you are. Years of research are giving us deep insights into the unique strengths and challenges of advocates like you. We understand your creativity and your passion and your commitment to doing the right thing, but we also understand the dark side of your personality type. The nagging fear that you might not reach your full potential and make the most of your one wild and precious life. Yeah. Oh. So apparently my mouse has a back and a forward button. I just found that out. That's weird. Oh, precious life. Advocates' gift includes idealism, determination, and the ability to envision a better future. They don't just want to hear what makes them great. Advocates are committed to actually using those gifts to become better people and serve a greater purpose in the world. That's why we've made it our mission to help advocates like you not only appreciate your gifts, but also make the most of them. Learning about your personality type is fascinating, but there's a deeper purpose to it too, because self-understanding is what helps you ensure you don't miss out on whatever it is you were put on this earth to do. This feels like a sailing point. This feels like the entire thing has become a sailing point. Premium. It's starting to feel like a sailing point. So here's a question for you, advocate. Are you ready to take full advantage of your unique strengths to unlock your true exceptional potential? If so, your premium profile will give you a new insight into your personality, your relationships, your career path, and your life's mission. This is the journey of a lifetime. You'll find everything you need to get started by moving on to the next section. Should I click it? Wait. Oh, I know how to do this, but that's so cool. Go! I just gotta check something. I gotta check something real quick. Does this say go? Oh, it does. Okay. I'm gonna try it. If it tries to charge me, I'm gonna say, sucker. Yeah, no. Sucker. Anyways, yeah, that was it. And this is what inspired it all. I was trying to see what this meant. Kind of funny. Sorry it took me so long, and sorry my break was so long. I was trying to do something as I said. But it's interesting how it got so close yet was wrong on a lot of points. Pretty interesting. Anyways, I hope you have a nice day.